Hello everyone and welcome back. So we are discussing the chapters scalars and vectors, and in this chapter we have already discussed the meaning of scalars and vector quantities as well as some definitions related to vectors. So for today's class, let's go to the next topic, that is the multiplication of vectors. Then we will discuss the addition of vectors. Okay. So now first of all I will be discussing with you multiplication of a vector by a scalar quantity. Instead of scalar quantity, first let me write by a real number. Okay, first one is by a real number. Real number is what? What are real numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these are real numbers, yes or no? So if you want to multiply a vector by a real number, see all these things, whatever I will discuss, it will not come as a definition or derivation of derive these things or that thing. It may come as a numerical, not directly as a numerical. In some topics which we will be discussing in later part, in that topic sometimes we may use this multiplication of a vector by a real number, but you have to learn it. Suppose I say this is a vector A. It's okay, this is a vector A. So again I have drawn at the middle, sorry for that, I will draw here. So A is a vector. So if I multiply this vector by 2, it is a 2. 2 is a real number or not? Yes, real number. Then what will happen? The length of the vector I have to draw double. So this is my twice of A. Understood? So this is how we multiply a vector by a real number. Suppose I say vector A is equals to 2i cap. I have to multiply, make it 10a. Then what will happen? 10 into twice I cap. So it will become 20 I cap. So this is my multiplication of a vector by a real number. If it is not a real number, if it is a scalar quantity also, then also what will happen? It will be same rule. So these are multiplication of a vector by a real number. So if we want to find out, let me talk about multiplication of vector by vector. We will discuss at last. First, multiplication of a vector by a scalar and a real number we have studied. Means real and scalar number will be similar method only. Means if I talk about the scalar quantity now, if I say it is a scalar number, scalar quantity, multiplication of a vector by a scalar quantity, then suppose I say A is a vector and lambda is a scalar quantity, then product will be what? Lambda into A vector will come. So that is similar to what? The previous one only. Okay, let us now study the next part, that is the addition of vectors. So you should remember addition of vectors. Suppose we say that the two vectors are in the same direction. Let me give you some examples so that you can understand. Suppose I say A is a vector and B is another vector. A is this one, this is A, and B is this one, this is my B. I have to add A plus B. Then what will happen? The summation will be the addition of the two. It will become longer and I have to write A plus B vector like this. It's a simple rule if it is a addition. Let me give you another example here so that it becomes easier for you. Suppose I say A is equals to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 2k cap. I can write like this also, no? Then suppose I say B vector is equals to 2j cap plus 3k cap. Then what will be my A plus B? A plus B, if I will write, then it will become 2. I is not there, so twice I will come. 3 plus 2, 5j cap plus 5k cap. So this will be my answer for addition. Okay, both are acting along the same line. But see, I have not taught you this. You should understand that if I want to represent a vector with 3 direction, I have to write I, J, K. I cannot write only A vector is equals to, suppose this is along east or west or like that. So I have to write I, J, K. So I have represented like this. Now if I say that, second case if I say, let me take you another example. Suppose this is my A vector and this is my B vector. Yes, I have to add these two vectors. Actually in vectors we don't have subtraction. If I talk about this case, you will say that ma'am this is subtraction. Yes, it is subtraction. Actually subtraction meaning is addition of the negative vector. So here if I will write, I will not write like this. I will write plus, but negative of B will come, which is nothing but A minus B will be there. So what will be my final answer? Final will be smaller, but it will be A minus B will come. It's okay. So let us represent A as A is equals to twice I cap plus 3 j cap. I have written a smaller one. B is equals to I cap plus 2 j cap. Or let me write 3 j cap. Then what will happen to A plus minus B if I write A minus B? Then 2 minus 1, it will be I cap. 3 plus 3 will be 0. So answer will be only I cap. 1 I cap will be there. So if you don't want to write 1, no need to write, just I will write I cap only. So this is addition of vectors if they are either parallel or anti-parallel. Now the question arises, if they are not neither parallel nor anti-parallel, but they are making certain angles, then what will happen? Okay, suppose this is a vector A and this is another vector, suppose I say this is another vector B, and they are making certain angle and we want to add this vector. So now I cannot use the simple algebraic rule now. Now I have to use vector addition rule. Understood? Means I cannot use the normal rule that it will be A plus B or A minus B or something like that. I have to use another rule. Completely new rule that you have not studied. That is, we can use either number 1, triangle law of vector addition, or number 2 we can use parallelogram law of vector addition. So these two rules we can use in order to find out the sum of the two. In your book NCERT textbook we have discussed the parallelogram law. So we will discuss parallelogram law first, then we will go to triangular law in the next class. Okay. Parallelogram law, parallelogram means there will be something related to parallelogram. Is it okay? So let us start the parallelogram law of vector addition. Suppose I say this is, this is vector A and this is my vector B. It is making an angle theta with each other. So what is the sum of the two? According to parallelogram law, what we have to do, if these two vectors makes the sides, adjacent sides, remember adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Can I make it a parallelogram? Yes, I think I will make it a parallelogram. I got a parallelogram now. So I will write this as O, this is my P, this is my Q, this is my R. Instead of writing R, I will write S, because R I will write as for addition, means resultant. Resultant means sum of the two is known as resultant here. So when I have written A plus B, do you remember? I have written A plus B. We call in vectors the resultant of A and B. We don't say that it is simply the sum of all. We used to say the term net or resultant. You have studied in class 10 related to equivalent resistance and all. We used to say equivalent resistance or resultant resistance. Yes or no? So this is a resultant. According to parallelogram law, if two vectors represents adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal of the parallelogram, is the diagonal or not, will give the sum of the two vectors or the resultant of the two vectors. So let us represent this by R vector, or let us write it as R. So this is my AB. Done? And the angle made by the resultant with A will be the angle, because it is a vector quantity, so resultant should also have a direction. So how to find out the value of R now? Is there any method to find out? Let's find out. So what we will do, we'll extend this. Then we'll drop a perpendicular as suppose it is D. If this is theta, this is also theta. Okay. Now check the triangle OQT. Is it a right angle triangle? Which is OQT. Yes, it's a right angle triangle. So I can write OQ square is equals to OT square plus QT square. Is it correct? OQ square, OT square, QT square. This is what? Pythagoras rule or not? Yes. Now OQ means what? The resultant R. So I will write it as R square is equal to. Now see here. When I am finding from the triangle, it is not a vector, it's a magnitude only. I am talking about the distance only. So I will write without the vector symbol R. Now if I write R, it will become root over OT square. See, it is OT square. Can I write it as OP plus PT? I will write OP plus PT whole square plus QT square. So this is my expression. Okay. Now, you are good in maths, so you should be little bit, not so much good in maths. Little bit you have some basic knowledge of trigonometry now. So when I say in triangle PQT, which one is PQT? This is PQT. Is it okay? This is also a right angle triangle. If I ask you what is sine theta, what will you write? Sine theta is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Perpendicular is what? QT. Hypotenuse is what? QP. So right? QT divided by PQ. Is it okay? So what will be my QT? QT will be my PQ sine of theta. Now see, since it is a parallelogram, OS and PQ are same or not? The magnitude is same. So instead of PQ, I can write this as B sine of theta. Anyone have problem if I write B sine theta? Because you see, this is the direction or this is the vector B, whose direction is this side, whose magnitude is what? B or not? So I have written B sine theta. Similarly, if I say cos of theta in the same triangle, what will be the expression? Cos theta means base by hypotenuse. Base is now PT. PT or not? PT. What is the hypotenuse? Again PQ. So I can write from here PT is equals to PQ cos of theta, which is nothing but again B cos of theta. Is it clear to all of you now? Yes. So what we will do, we will substitute this here. Now tell me what will be my OP. From O to P, it is a vector A. Yes, whose magnitude will be A or not. So let us write it here. So I can write this as root over. OP means A plus PT means what? PT means B cos theta. Then whole square will come or not? Whole square plus QT means B sin theta. B square sin square theta. So this is the expression. It's not completed till now. We have to complete it. So what we will do, we will solve it. Means A, it will be A plus B whole square, A square plus B square cos square theta plus twice AB cos of theta, then B square sin square theta. Now again I will write. If I will skip one step, I will tell you, will it be okay? See here. It is B square cos square theta, it is B square sin square theta. If I take B square common, then within bracket what will come? Sin square theta plus cos square theta. What is the value? 1. So I can write from here A square plus B square plus twice AB cos of theta. So this is the resultant, or this is the magnitude of the sum of the two vector quantities. It's the magnitude only. I have written the magnitude. Now what is the direction of this quantity? What is the direction? Now what I will write? I will write let alpha be the angle made by resultant with what? Vector E. If that is the angle made by the resultant with the vector A, then what will be my tan of alpha? If this is the alpha made by the resultant with what? With A, then tan alpha will be perpendicular by base. Perpendicular is QT, base is OT. So, again we can write QT, OT means OP plus PT. Now, what is QT? QT is B sine of theta. What is OPA? Then plus, what is PT? PT means B cos of theta. So, we got tan alpha. Now, tell me, if I say tan alpha, is it saying the angle or a number? It's a number. But what is the direction? Direction is alpha only. So, I cannot leave it like this. I have to write alpha is equals to tan of tan inverse. I think you should understand what is tan inverse. Tan inverse, I will write now B sine of theta divided by A plus B cos of theta. So this is the expression for what? Direction of the vector. So what we have learned today, we have learned that we can multiply the vectors. Vectors or not, if we multiply with a real number or a scalar quantity, it will remain the same, direction will remain the same, but what will happen? Its value will increase. It may increase if it is by multiplied by 2, it may become twice, 100 times like that. And next we have learned about addition of vectors. In addition of vectors, if it is a normal, same parallel vector, same direction, it will be normal addition. If it is anti-parallel, again this will be normal subtraction. But if it is making certain angle, then we will follow which rule? I will write down here what is the rule. Rule is parallelogram law of vector addition. So this rule we have to follow and we have to find out the what? Value. So that much only for today's class. Hope you have learned it. So we will do some numericals based on it in the next class. Thank you.